Hey guys, what's up? Want to make a really quick video today, and an actual quick video about online business, okay? So, everyone and their mom wants to start an online business. When you say that, most people will think of e-commerce, okay? And e-commerce is great. People are buying things every single second of every single day, right? It's huge and the market is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm not just talking about Amazon, I'm also talking about independent e-commerce stores, okay? Problem is, that's a bit more capital intensive. That means you'll need some money to get it started. You'll need money for inventory, and mainly you'll need money for advertising. You need people to know about your store in order for them to buy something from you, right? If you just make a store and put things up there, no one's going to know about it, right? Now, you can use organic traffic, and that basically means you're using social media, you're writing articles, and they're getting picked up by Google, and people are going to the store without you having to pay money directly for it. But based on what I've heard, and based on what the experts that I speak to have said, paid traffic is king to really get the ball rolling. But what if you don't have a lot of capital to get started? Well, I wish someone had told me this a long time ago, but when it comes to starting an online business, you can also do freelancing, okay? A service business. I'm not going to argue semantics, I'm not going to argue with people who say, oh, freelancing isn't a real business. It's better than working a job, right? Because at least you're in control of your time, and at least you have the wherewithal to go out and get more clients for yourself. And that means earn more money and also improve your skill set. So when it comes to freelancing, what should you do? What should you start with? Again, I really wish someone had told me this a lot earlier, because I had no idea what kind of online services I could do that people would pay me a lot of money for. But I figured it out. And there are a couple of big ones that are in high demand right now, okay? So the first one I'm going to talk about is lead generation. Lead generation basically means that you are going out on behalf of a business or an individual, and you're going to set appointments for them with their target market, with the people that they want to sell their stuff to, okay? So, for example, you can partner up with an email marketer or email copywriter, and you can help him or her find e-commerce store owners that are interested in this service. Okay? And I hate the way the light kind of is falling on my face here. They will pay you based on every appointment that you set for them. And if you establish a good track record, you can actually get businesses to pay you a fixed monthly fee rather than just per appointment, right? Now, it's a lot easier said than done, because if they could easily do it themselves, then they would. But that's why they're hiring people to do it, right? It can be a real grind at first. Now, another freelance business that you may be aware of or not is SEO. And this is typically known as a much more long-term thing, because with SEO, search engine optimization, you are going into someone's website and tweaking every single thing on there. Their images, their articles, everything on there needs to be SEO friendly, meaning that Google and other search engines will pick up on it, and that when someone Googles something related to what that person is selling, it will appear at the top of the search rankings. And that's important because by default, most people, when they search for something, will simply click on the very first item that shows up, okay? And it can take a while for that to happen. And but it pays well because it's all organic, right? They don't have to rely on Facebook or other advertising platforms to get traffic to their website that way. It's just something that continues to build up over time, because the more people visit that site through the link on Google or whatever, then Google will see it as having even more authority. I'm not the expert on Google, but this is just what I have heard and what I want to relate to you. The third freelancing discipline that you can get into, and one that I like, is email marketing or email copywriting. As I mentioned earlier, you're partnering with people, usually e-commerce stores, but anyone with a sizable email list of dedicated subscribers, and you're going to write their emails for them. And it's not that easy, because again, if it was that easy, they would be doing it themselves. But as an email copywriter, you're going to come in there, you're going to write out emails that generate more sales. And logically, you want the sales generated from your emails to be more than the fee that you're charging for your service. And some of these people are making thousands of dollars a month because they're generating tens of thousands of dollars a month for their clients, right? And depending on who you partner up with, it's not going to just be writing. It'll also involve some kind of design, because, for example, if you're working with e-commerce stores, you're going to need to format your emails and make them look pretty. If you've ever signed up to an e-commerce store, then you'll see that they have different sections of the email. They're using different color schemes, fonts, and they're making it look pretty and enticing for their customers, right? So that's number 3. And there are others, right? Like graphic design and web design. They tend to be a little lower ticket, but I'm sure you can find people who are charging high ticket prices for those as well, right? Web design can be very high ticket because, again, if you combine it with SEO, then you can use the angle of, okay, I'm going to design a website for you that generates more sales and therefore pays for itself, right? Then people will be a lot more interested in what you're selling to them, okay? Now, on a final note, I wanted to mention this as well. When it comes to all of these services, kind of involve copywriting, right? You're going to need some amount of salesmanship in print in order to sell any of this stuff. And that means you're going to have to reach out to people in order to sell them, okay? So this is the part that gets most people tripped up and where most people quit. Because back in the day, and even nowadays, in order to sell, people will knock on doors or they will call people, right? And it can be very demoralizing because 9 times out of 10, when you're starting out at least, people will just say no, 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 not interested, or get the fuck out of my face. And you're doing the same thing when you're selling these these freelance services, right? You're reaching out to people who don't know you, right? It's called cold outreach. And you're using different channels. You're using LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, cold email. You're calling them, and if you're in the right place, you can even go knocking on their door, right? Now, like I said, copywriting is essential because most of these, except for calling and knocking on the door, is based on what you write, okay, your copywriting skill. You need to write a message that's enticing enough for this person who has no idea who the hell you are to get on a phone call with you and be interested in what you're selling them. And that's a lot harder, it's a lot easier said than done, okay? And like I said, it trips a lot of people up because they quit before they actually even get one client. And that's why you need to have a lot of grit in order to do this, because you're going to face a lot of rejection. You're going to face you're going to have a lot of messages that don't even get answered because the other person thinks it's spam, or they don't have the money, or they're not interested, right? Again, I might have made a video about this before, but 3 reasons why someone doesn't buy from you: they have absolutely no interest, they don't have the money, they don't believe that you can actually help them, but they are interested and they do have the money, okay? So, guys, hopefully this was helpful. I encourage all of you to get right on it as soon as possible because it's only going to get harder. Business owners are already very skeptical and they're only going to get more and more skeptical as time goes on. And who knows, because based on the way things are going these days, some regulations might be enacted that prevent you from sending out a lot of this cold outreach, right? So just get on it now because it's only going to get more difficult. And even if you're very confident in the service that you have to sell in your skill set, the hard part is convincing people that you're the person that they can trust to get the job done. So hopefully this was helpful. Again, I really wish someone had told me this stuff, a couple of years ago when I was scratching my head thinking, okay, online business, well, how do I do it? What do I start? What do I start with, right? I really hope this offered you some clarity. Please share your thoughts in the comments section, and I will see you next time. Peace.